So we like to simplify these radical expressions. So I have a square root of 5 plus square root of 11 minus square root of 5 minus square root of 11. So we observe, we have 5 plus square root of 11 and 5 minus square root of 11. If we multiply those two, we get a difference of 2 squares. We get 5 squared minus square root of 11 squared, right? So that gives us a hint, okay, we want to square this. How do we make this to multiply? If we make a square, the middle terms will come from 2 times this one and this one, right? So perfect square formula is saying, when we square this binomial term, we get a square of the first one. Square and square root cancel each other. So the first term becomes 5 plus square root of 11. And the last term, when we square, negative becomes positive. Square root cancel each other. So the last term becomes 5 minus square root of 11. And then we see this positive and this negative cancel each other. So the middle term, because this is a minus, so we get negative 2 times this one and this one, product of those two. So product of those two is 5 plus square root 11 times 5 minus square root 11, which is the difference of 2 squares, which is the first one square, 5 square, minus square root of 11 square. Right? So 5 plus 5 is 10, minus 2 times 5 squared 25, 25 minus 11. So we get 14. So we get 10 minus 2 radical 14. And square root 14 can be break into square root 2, square root 7, but that cannot be simplified. So that's the answer. 4, square this, or square this, right? But we want to find square root of that. So which means, because all this is the previous one being squared. So we need to do one more step, is to put it back, make a square root of everything. So basically, we square first, then we square root. So we square root of everything. Right? Well, let's see. So square root 24, square root, not 24, 14, sorry. Square root 14 is square root 2 times square root of 7. So it's possible. So we were thinking, if it is possible to make this one, rewrite this one as a perfect square term. So square root 14 is square root 2 times square root 7. If we want to make that square root 2 plus minus square root 7 square, we do get the middle term, right? We get the middle term, but we don't get 9 because we have 10. If this 10 was 9, if it was 9, so we will get perfectly 2 plus 7, which is 9. So this one at the most we can write it like this: square root of square root of 7 minus square root 2 square plus 1. Okay. So it can be simplified like this, but this step is not as useful. So, in the end, we can keep our answers as this one. So that's a square root of 10 minus 2 square root of 14.